Do you believe that you cannot give others what you don't have? Do you believe that? Can you lend me money that you don't have? So you have to have the money to lend it to me. So how you grow people if you're not growing yourself? You want to grow people? You want to have purpose in life? Yes? Who wants to grow his kids? Who wants to grow others? Who wants to be a leader in his own territory? You want to grow them? Are you growing yourself? Are you growing yourself? So I've been studying this, and this is one of the things now. I keep every morning from 7 to 9 in the morning. I keep reading about it, and I keep writing about it, and I keep doing things. And if I ever write a book, I will write about that. It is the personal growth and the individual growth. And I realize that we go through 3 stages in life that we grow. 3 stages. Number 1, what we call a family influenced growth. Family influenced growth. Well, this is from the time we're born to the time probably until we stop growing physically. When is people usually stop growing physically? What age? 17, 18? Right? About 18? Which is usually the end of high school, right? High school is about 17, 18, right? So you stop growing physically. So this is a family influence time. You have no choice on a lot of things that you're growing by force, right? Your body's growing. What is your family doing for you to grow? They giving you food? They giving you values? Right? They giving you spiritual principles? And that all goes into that circle of a person, and it comes out from the other side, what I call personality formation. The person is forming his personality at that time. You don't know who you are as a person yet. So a lot of things is given to you by you don't choose to go to elementary school. You have to go to elementary school. You don't choose to go to junior high. You go to junior high. You have to go unless you drop out and you leave your house. Your dad and mom are not going to leave you to drop out of school. So the personality formation is basically family influenced. The minute you start going to college and you pursue your degrees, now the education start kicking in. So I call this stage called education influence growth. You're growing, but by choice now. You decide what college you will go to, didn't you? And when you start getting, you get education, you start reading on your own, no more books that is given to you to read. Life. The life is you start getting into the group that you are not with. You start getting with people, friends, groups in college, right? You start role modeling people. Remember, who was your role model from the time you were born until you finished high school? Who was your role model? Your dad, right? Your dad, right? Your mom, your dad, your mom, right? Your father, your dad. Your dad and your mom was your role model. But this is all personality formation. You don't know any better. You don't know, this is my dad, he's the best guy. Yeah, I want to be like him. And the minute you get into college, I say, well, I love my dad, but I really can be a little bit better than my dad. I can do better than my dad. I know he's a great guy, I love him. But he's just an executive. I wanna be a CEO. But I will still model my dad in a lot of values he gave me. So you start looking at role models and looking at things differently. And what comes out of all of this when you put the value, the spirit, the role model, the education, the whole thing, it comes out something I call personality differentiation. You start to be different. So you form your personality, but you don't know how different you are from others because it was just you. Yeah, you interact with kids in school and stuff like that, but the time in adulthood, you start by after 18, you start getting to personality differentiation. You become different, even in your peer group. You start to be known for certain things, right? Oh, he's really funny. Oh, he's really cool. Oh, he's just, don't come close to him. Differentiation. And then after college, and if you've done your MBA or you've done postgraduate degrees or whatever, and you get your first job, and you get married, and you start having kids, you start what I call the personal influence growth. So the first one was the family, the second one was the education, and the third one was the personal growth. You influence yourself to grow. And what comes out of this after you do, now you are not just, now you are inside the blender, you get the education, you get the values from your dad and mom, you get the friends, you get the role models, you get the whole thing, you get your personality already different from others, you start having this dream about growing. So you start, the personality is more focused now. And in that stage, you start to have influence. You cannot influence. Well, obviously, there is a kid. I had a discussion with Madame Fatin during break, and she said, can I just influence people in other areas and with my daughter? And I said, we influence people every minute. We influence people in the bus. If you stand up to an old lady and you let her sit, and there is a kid watching, guess what you did to that kid? You just influenced the kid that when he grows up, he will do that. You did not say a word. You did not talk. You just told the lady to sit. These are the teachable moments. This is where you really see that we influence all the time. But the influence that you have on a larger group start coming when after you have your personality differentiation, personality focus. And that's when you get. So you cannot influence unless you grow.